Honorable Festus Awuah, Honorable Mami NTO Anope.
You know, that's it. Mami Fasa, Kenya Wenchia, the constituency for Apadincha East constituency. Mantum and the Dincha Manina, and Kaka Mihima, Nanama, acting president, Udra Kentin. Number 2.
Was it?
I don't go.
No, one of your acting is here.
Udra Kentin or Obasi.
Yeah.
Or Obasi.
Or Minyankupa.
Oh, okay.
Did you was it? Young funky man, eh?
Or no, you're acting by on officer. You see, idea also need.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Match out na match constituency for dina. Yo. Dana obo nyoma be 5 so na minim de ye ka ho. Three 2 na ka no ye ba su bi ma na. Yo, udi kan busa say fuel prices no. Ye the airport na sema me politics. Em say onaba ko na ka say Yenjai sa politics na ye de no. It's in the right direction. Na fuel prices no mpisa every year bia ye kan wasem ye nem kwa na ye betina ha na ye nem so na be last ye kan sa normal no ho asem no kre fuel price no akosro normal ye ma explanation because of the world market price na akosro na exchange rate na akosro na ma fuel price no akosro but ye wo fundamental reasons anti ma price no akosro no so honorable akona new reef your honomo eya de bia ye kan say taxes na ye dey edoso na me wa say taxes we fuel no ye dey edoso na yenko the entire taxes na we fuel no e buy no in the years back 2012 2013 we share a car na government of Ghana ye dey LBCs sa oil companies no kan ho no VRA Gidco UCG any other institutions the debt was so much. So the debt was so much. And the then government it decided say, okay, Sadia, let's come out with an act. So they call that Levy Act. Yeah. Very fantastic idea, 2015. Because it was almost 2.something billion. And it cripples the private sector, banks. Most of the SOEs in Nana, no money did a banker. It was quite difficult. Nema doom so buy. I can't so. Then were not happy. Until they came out of that. Nay, this are taxes when I day. It's shame. And the MPP about in 2017. The only changes that you're making in that act, say a review the rate of taxes on national electrification project from 5% to 2%, and then street light taxes from 5% to another 3%. Formula no. It's a number of taxes, about 6 or 7 or 8 of them. Yes, I have all the details here. We have sanitation tax, we have this tax, we have this tax. We have price stability, stabilization tax, and this and this. And we share the formula for it now. As we speak, taxes alone is about 2.43 cedis. Out of the 6.99, you can watch them this year. The other one, the companies who import the fuel into the country.
Okay.
If you ask how much women it was so taxes in Abaso. But it was for a good reason to the taxes in the buy. The same as fuel nakosura as a country, let's judge and decide. Look. Idea 94 the buy, it was very good. We also came to implement. Let's sit down on the round table. How do we do the adjustment? Ghana funds were there.
So that the government should take that initiative.
Yes, but we cannot blame each other. That's why the angle I'm looking at is don't just play politics with it. Because doom so the buy the when we play politics around it, how are you we are trying to see Senka, you beat me very soon. Price stabilization in levy bit me if you
So another was suspended for 2 months.
Until then, Chibiano, you be and a crampo if you now, abaso. Now, exchange rate, some amount historical perspective of exchange rate trend that about over the years now. And the city near 6.2. We closed last year with 5.78. Last year we had 4%. But in the previous government, the average was around 22. And this is a seasonal issue. I mean, if we say we don't need to be worried. Say, it shouldn't create any panic situation in the economy. We are getting to the Xmas period. It's a seasonal thing. And you say you feel COVID, a boom by any day, and chair. And sir, 8% depreciation of the cedi to the dollar. No, it's not anything extraordinary. It's being managed. But maybe say it is one of the worst situations that as a country we have encountered. And this are 8% just less than a year after the COVID period. I think it's the depreciation of the cedi to the dollar, but now it should be hovering around 20%.
So resilient, prudent management.
Yes.
And I'm a dollar and do baby.
Exactly. So, Osha, Yaba 2 issues. Now, Ado, hesitate from the IMF, a standard credit program,
2018,
2020, 2019. 2 issues now, President Kai. We want to be debt sustainability as a country, and be fiscal discipline. And until the enacted the threshold, the Fiscal Responsibility Act, I say to the 5%.
Okay.
Near very committed to the Financial Management Act. Until you say no, I don't let me boy, make me reserve so much reserves. And the import cover is around 5.7 months. It's very historic. And no matter me adequate reserves. To contain these shocks. Pandemic in Cabana and the depreciation of the city, very, very, very high. On the issue of the interest rate, it's been a long-standing issue. If you go back to the banking reforms, both FinCEN 1 and FinCEN 2 and even FinCEN 1, there were 3 objectives of buying the seed in issue during Roaring's era. Very good idea. So, loans are accessible, affordable. Or maybe so I know affordable, so also make sure say it is also reasonably priced. Availability, affordability, and affordability. They were able to achieve 2 of them. But the affordability was an issue. The pricing of our loans. And most time we argue so we discuss for 2 savings, I amount 2%. But loan then amount 25%.
To risk factor.
Aside the risk factor, the money that you are bringing as savings and deposit, that is not what we learned. If you look at every bank balance sheet, the deposit mix is current, deposit, and core savings. Demand deposit is so high. I don't know who to seek out to banker. And then also bank in demand, so you can't invest on that. What we normally invest is the fixed deposit. You rightly pointed out, policy rate is 13.5. Treasury bills are around 15. So if you have about 1 million, 2 million cedis, and you are bringing me to me as a banker, interest rates here now over expected. Will you be expecting something lower than the treasury bill rate, or a bit higher because of the risk factors you have been saying? Obviously, it should be higher. Even if it is 2%, 200 basis point crowd, the car 13.5 to ASA, it's almost 16%. Before you add that your risk factor and the rest to it. And now, averagely, banks are lending 22%. Yes. In the past, it was 34. Yes. 22, 23, 24, averagely. Until you're publishing what we call the APR. About newspapers, which bank has the lowest APR? That's the average percentage rate. Now, if all your documentations are good and if you have good track record.
Well, the government is borrowing so much, and his government is also competing with the private sector.
That is another angle, because that is what the government is borrowing is the T-bill. That is not the reason. Let me tell you.
Tell me.
During the banking sector reforms,
Yeah.
if you look at our total deposit and our total loan, total deposit was around 64 billion. As we speak, it's 103 billion. Because the essence...
Ansana, abino, banks,
total deposit.
Total deposit, Ghana,
yes,
banks in United.
Yes, 64 billion.
64.
It's 103 billion. It tells you confidence.
Almost double.
Almost double. Tells you confidence among Friday. In our banking sector.
After the reforms.
Loans. Last year, loans are granted within the first second quarter was 16 billion. And even that, your loan portfolio is just around 42 billion. And to have 42 billion, the loan, and your deposit of 103 now. Banking sector was about 60 billion there to lend. Even
with government, even
sure, yes,
60 billion.
I'm telling you, 60 billion to lend.
Maybe the 22% you are talking about. There is no bank.
Oh, go to SSB, go to Republic Bank. I'm not doing the advert for the banks. Go to my former bank.
No, this one is saying.
The former bank is Bank of Africa.
Africa, yes.
No, this one is saying. Look, you are saying 22%. But the data...
get closer to the mic.
The data of the Bank of Ghana, each the lending rate right now is 34.5. And they are expecting there it to be maintained in 2022.
Lending rate?
Lending rate is borrowing rate. You are borrowing from the bank. Okay. It's 34.5.
Can I continue?
And the prime rate near say. The prime rate is 30.5.
Master.
And they've allowed banks to add up to 34. No. That is huge.
No. See, what's by the end of
maybe 2012, 2013.
Oh, what are you talking about? Listen. No, wait, listen to this. Bank lending rate in Ghana is expected to be 34.5% by the end of this quarter.
Which quarter? 2016.
Maybe according to the Trading Economic Global Micro Models and Analysis expectation, in long term, Ghana's bank lending rate is projected to trend around 34.5% by in 2022.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait a minute. I'm also checking here.
No, you can check. But you see, that's why we have APR. Anytime you use the word APR and the average lending rate. But we have banks in this country that are lending 21, 22, 23. You can call all the banks to confirm.
Go ahead.
The rates for corporate lending somewhere will be different from the retail lending and other commercial, borrowings. But we have banks that are borrowing at that 34% was some years back. So what I'm saying is that, and yes, sir, savings account and deposit now, you try 1%, 2% interest and they lend. But we lend based on the fixed deposit. And normally they require more than 2 or 3% above the T-bill rate.
I have us at 31st July 2021. Forgive me, it is for public consumption. Bank of Ghana average lending rates of universal banks as at 31st July 2021. When you take ABSA, it is 23.59. Access Bank, 17.77. Agricultural Development Bank, 24.89. Bank of Africa, 17.9. Carl Bank, 16.97. Consolidated Bank, 21. So none is about...
that is the basic. No, but he is a banker.
Yes.
So if they tell you... So if they tell you...
This is what they have plus
whatever.
They want to add up.
Yes. So it's not going to be that 17%.
No, definitely they will add up.
Yes.
But I don't think they will add up more than 10%.
Did they say the prime rate or they said the lending rate?
Average lending rate.
That's all. So average lending rate include all the risk factors that we have computed.
Yes.
So today I can go to the bank and get 17%.
Depending on what you're going to use it for.
Aquinas, get your documents. Get your cash flow.
Memo to us, so I'm in commercial break.
17%.